Welcome back to another Sunday Swings, everyone. Last week I took 0 trades, and the last weeks in general, the markets were just not great, often not respecting SetAndForget as much. But something like this just happens. You have some phases where the markets just behave perfectly and you can hit every trade, and then there are just some times where you have to be a bit more cautious, and this is one of those times. Especially when you have all those geopolitical events going on. But we just want to make some money, so we have to adjust. And this week we have multiple CHF pairs in both directions though. But let's see. Alright, GBP CHF. A lot of these pairs are still pretty shitty markets, just like last week. But we will come back and it will be great again someday. So GBP CHF. On the weekly we are at the lowest point we have ever been. And this is creating some kind of head and shoulders if we break below, I guess, maybe this or this, and then have the retest. So this is an inverse head and shoulders to the upside. It looks pretty nice actually on the 4 hour. I guess we have also this neckline, but I'm interested in buys if we break above this area of interest, and I think it looks pretty nice actually. We have this support right here and then just break above and take the trade. CAD CHF, we have this area of interest. On the weekly we are also at pretty much the lowest point, but we had a huge bullish engulfing candle. We are bearish on the daily and on the weekly, I guess. Maybe we are. I guess it depends on whether this candle closed below this level, but I'm not interested in going so deep right now. It's not necessary. This is just pretty bearish in general. I am interested in taking sells from below this 4 hour area of interest. 4 hour, 2 hour, 1 hour. It's a lower time frame area of interest. So not as strong as a daily area of interest like this is. But I'm interested in sells from this level. And obviously high risk, but it doesn't look too bad. Then AUD USD. I think this trade could go into both directions. Either we reject from this area right here, or we break above and then have the retest and the move to the upside. Both could happen. On the daily we had this bearish engulfing candle, but it had a big pullback from how it could have closed. We just have to be cautious. It's again a high risk trade. I mean, on the weekly we are bullish. On the daily we are also bullish. Yeah. High risk, but I think both could happen. GBP NZD, retest from this area of interest on the 4 hour and then have the move to the upside. We had this nice bullish engulfing candle. We are now at the EMA again. Yeah. We broke above this 4 hour area of interest. Retest. maybe some structure on the lower time frames right here, and then have the move to the upside. AUD CHF, just break below this smaller area of interest. It's a 4-hour area of interest, even though we have some wicks tapping this area on the daily. On the weekly, we could have a wick fill to the downside, even though we also have a big wick to the upside. But this is just the clean 4-hour, 2-hour, smaller, lower time frame area of interest. So this is what I'm interested in. NZD CHF, we have this pretty clean daily area of interest. I don't like this choppiness, but this is just the markets in the last few weeks on a lot of pairs. We had this break to the downside. On the 4-hour, it doesn't look too clean because we have this, and we have some structure to the downside, but on the daily, we perfectly close below this area of interest. So now a retest and then have the move to the downside. And then already the last pair, USD CHF. On the weekly, we had these 4 candles, just down, up, and then now we have this big wick to the upside, and I think that we can have the wick fill to the upside, have some structure right here. So the 4-hour, I guess maybe we don't even need the inverse head and shoulders, or I mean the shift of structure. This is again high risk. Daily bearish, weekly bearish. The 4-hour also is the 4-hour is bullish. So this is a high risk trade. If we get a shift of structure on the lower time frames, that'd be great. And then really what I'm anticipating is to reject from this area of interest, this smaller area of interest, and to fill the weekly wick. Yeah, a lot of these pairs are high risk, and we have 5 CHF pairs, and I think 3 to the downside, AUD, NZD, and CAD, I guess. Yes. And then GBP and USD to the upside. And then, well, these two. It's funny actually, they don't have any correlation. Well, I guess AUD and NZD, they do behave similarly. Because we had this bullish candle, and then we had this big bearish candle. Yeah, and that's it already. Maybe this week I'm going to take some trades. I will still be pretty cautious because I am not the biggest fan of the markets right now. But if the nicest opportunity presents itself, then I will take the trade for sure. But it needs to be super clean, and maybe, I don't know if I want news or if I don't want news. Bit tricky. But yeah, that's it. I hope we all make some money this week, and let me know what you think of the pairs, and see you guys next week. Goodbye.